Sorry. We are live. We are direct with the best coach out there who's like enrolled in 5K deals. She's doing master classes. Women are being inspired by her. Hi, how are you doing, Aisha? Thanks for hopping on.
Thank you for having me. I am doing fantastic.
Yeah. So tell us where you are in terms of, I think the last time we hopped on this, you had just closed a 4K deal, maybe one of your first deals. How did this 11K in 30 days come about? And yeah, tell me about this, sister. Yeah.
I would say, like, really focusing on the essentials. So, one, having an offer that is wanted, needed in the market, and has a strong positioning, and having the content slash messaging to back that up. And most importantly, focusing on the one activity that moves the needle, which is to connect with people in the DMs and provide results in advance using the DMs in a creative way with voice notes, sketches, visuals, and then getting people on a call and having the closing skills to actually close the deal.
Cool. You mentioned closing skills, and I think that's something for us to touch upon. Why do we need to be able to actually have something like a whiteboard method to enroll people? Like, why can't we just go through a program and then people buy? I mean, isn't it as easy as that? Like, in terms of why has the whiteboard method helped you to people actually bring out their credit card and say, hey, I want to pay you?
Yeah, because everyone is super engaged up to the moment that you actually mention the price to them.
Yep. Yep.
And because of the whiteboard method and making everything so visual, when that happens, you can go back to their vision that they actually painted for you and to show it to them and say, hey, is this really who you are, who you say you are? If that's so, then that means that you would find a way to make it happen.
Okay, isn't that pushy? Like, can't that be seen as pushy in terms of like, hey, if someone says I can't afford it, can't we just leave it there?
Well, I think that one part of it is just acknowledging how the human brain works. So people don't really like to make decisions. And none of the calls that I've had have been pushy in any way. It's all about showing like the vision for people, like showing them the vision they painted for themselves. And also just like showing them that you believe in them, right? Because you also taught us that people, they fear the past, they fear the future. And it's just like about showing them that, hey, if you come into this program, what's really possible to work together.
Perfect. Now we know that offer creation and messaging is at the start of the whiteboard method, and that sort of kind of goes into the whole element of the DMs and everything like this. But it's good to maybe show some practical examples. Like, I know you created a brilliant post that has booked some calls like yesterday. So we're in the trenches every single day, right? But speak to me about the importance of, like, we can see here that you've got lots of love on this particular post, but speak to me about this. Like, someone might be thinking, I'm not booking any calls, Jay. Look, it's okay for Aisha, like wearing the nice hat and things like that, but how about me? So speak to me, how has messaging and offer creation been the foundation of you closing 4.5K deals? Like, how has that been the foundation? Because people want to know why, like, this stuff about offer creation, like, it's not important, but why is it important?
Right. So I would say in today's like market where we are now, like people want specific outcomes and they want to know specifically if they're going to work with you, like what they're going to get in return. So that offer really needs to convey that message. And the messaging is just kind of a natural flow from having a clear offer. So once that offer is clear and you know who you are working with, your messaging can go deep in their fears, their deep desires, the things that they really want but aren't able to get. So I would say the messaging part is just going deeper in who you serve and how you serve them.
Perfect. Now, obviously, some people have interacted. I'm not going to open it just in case we have some people that are going to steal some leads. Because I know that there's people out there stealing leads. But how do you, using the whiteboard method, in almost transition people? Like, how did I teach you to transition people from like content to the private DMs? Because that's what gets many people stuck. How to interact in the DMs, because 90% of people do it wrong. So what would you say here?
Yeah, I would say the whiteboard method, two things. So the visual element of things that you've taught us that, the way people process information is like at a much faster rate,
Yeah.
and also providing results in advance. So giving them, for example, for me, it's the offer before they step into that program so that it builds that part of trust.
Mm. Yeah, because some people have been in 6-month programs and not maybe got any elements of trust. I love
Yeah.
the fact that you are so specific in terms of what you speak about. What were the three just distinct things that are helping you to 11K months? Like the three distinct things that are going to turn the needle. So if anyone might be thinking, how do I quickly just kind of get to that level? Like, what was it for you?
I would say prioritizing like activities in the day are first starting with DMs, like following up with leads and following up with the ones that you've provided value to. So that's
Mhm.
number one, DMs. And then the content, like always putting offers out there so that when you are connecting with people in the DMs, the ones that aren't like fully convinced yet, when you make those offers, it's kind of like pushes them to like engage with you and raise their hand. And number three, I would say closing skills. So really mastering that part of knowing your process, like being able to articulate that very well to people on the call and knowing how to handle that money objection.
Now you speak about this. We are practical here. So we'll just do a quick demonstration. Tell me the price of your program.
It's 5K.
Okay, cool. We're just going to run by it. We don't necessarily need a whiteboard here, but let's just run by it. It's too expensive. Too expensive. 5K is too expensive. How would you do this? Yeah.
Completely understand. So let me just ask you this. Based off of what you've seen, why is this the best process for you to get to 20K?
Well, you're hands-on and it's a simple process. No 55 Kajabi videos. I learn best from implementation.
Okay, so why is this the best program in the world?
Best program because I love the fact that you actually provide accountability and the role play. Like lots of my friends are saying that you are very good with the role play and how you're so natural with it. So I'd love to kind of role play with you. That would be just the bomb.
All right, and then why am I the best person to help you to get to 20K?
Well, like you're fashionable, you're sort of living the life, and you're heart centered. You want to help people.
Yeah,
And
and what about you?
yeah, I'm ready. Look, I'm 15 out of 10 to succeed. So, look, of course, I'm ready, but it's too expensive.
Okay, so what is actually more expensive then? Is it to spend the 5K now or to go another month missing out on that 20K? Is it to spend the 5K now or to go 2 more years not being able to sell, potentially missing out on 500,000? 5K or being able to provide your family those experiences that you want to get them? What is more expensive?
It's losing out on all of the things you mentioned. It's
Okay.
losing out on it. Yeah.
So wouldn't it be worth thinking of ways to get the 5K so that you can make 20K next month?
Okay, clicks there. Well handled. It's powerful. How does it feel doing it without the whiteboard? I mean, it can still work, can't it? Without the whiteboard, right? It still works, right?
Yeah, but I guess when you have it open for someone, it's visual and sound at the same time. Whereas this is like,
Oh, so,
you
so
know,
so we're talking about the element of visual and sound at the same time, so it makes it much more powerful.
yes, yes.
Yeah. And have you found prospects have like said, "Oh wow, this is interesting. Like this is something different." Like having the visual there together. You found that
Yeah, I think it's something that nobody expects. It's super new for most people.
for most
Um,
people. Yeah.
and it works.
Cool. All right. So let's sort of kind of lean into maybe one more objection. We're going to lean into is not the right time. And to do is not the right time, we're going to sort of kind of have this. I'm not sure. Can you see things sort of okay? Or is it sort of, can you see
I don't
everything?
I don't see the
Yeah,
feeling, but it's fine.
yeah, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Like, but now we see it, how the whiteboard method works. First of all, it was me against Aisha, and I was a little bit nervous. Aisha, is a great salesperson. I was thinking, oh my God. But now I feel less stressed because what's bigger in this picture isn't Aisha bullying me, but it's my hopes and my fears. So tell me your price, and then we're gonna do it the whiteboard method style, baby.
It's
Speak to me,
5K.
sister.
It's
Yeah,
5K.
Aisha, look, you're great at what you do, but I'm going through a divorce right now. That might take about 2 months to finalize. They're expensive. So would you be so kind to give me 2 months, and yeah, I will contact you in 2 months.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that you're going through that. I'm sure
Thank
that
you.
you are a very resilient
Thank you
man.
so much. Thank you. Thank you.
So I understand that divorces are expensive. Wouldn't it help you to actually make 20K to be
Oh,
able to cover the expenses of the divorce?
oh, that's interesting. That would be helpful, but how could that happen so quick?
Right. So, as we just discussed, the process is a very simple process to cash. So, as you mentioned here, what hasn't been working for you is booking calls and money objections, right? So, the
Yes,
minute you step into the program, you already have your offer, you already have the thing that's going to make you money. All we have to do is create your sales assets for you and walk you through that process so that we can start immediately booking calls with the no pitch DM system.
amazing. That sounds absolutely powerful. That the fact is, you get straight to the money making activities, correct?
Yes, for sure.
No, that sounds so interesting. Next scenario. Yes, tell me the price.
It's 5K.
I think you know my situation. I have done so many courses and I've been burnt by coaches before. So I'd rather just wait, maybe try and do things by myself. I've got all the information, so I'm just gonna go back to those Kajabi videos and I'm gonna implement. So I promised myself no more courses. So I'm not taking any more courses, okay? So thanks, Aisha.
Yeah, I'm very sorry to hear that, you've been burnt by other coaches before. I think
Do
unfortunately it's something that happens a lot. But let me ask you this. So your goal here is to make 20K. Are you going to let unpleasant experiences of the past stop you from getting to your goal of 20K? Are you going to let unpleasant experiences stop you from getting rid of that job? Because, in fact, if you are able to book calls and to sell your offer, you no longer have to work any job.
Wow.
Like, what's more important for you, Jay?
Wow.
Is it to stay in the past
Oof.
or to make that 20K?
Ooh. The way you broke it down, I've been letting my past stop me from really sort of kind of moving forward in my future. Thank you for laying that out for me, actually. Because it's not as though I married the first girl that I dated. The first guy I dated was 20 years ago. And yeah, it's not, I didn't let that stop me from meeting the woman of my dreams, did I?
No.
So a mentor that didn't go so well doesn't mean that the next one can't be brilliant, but I'm going to be more curious about results in advance that you're offering me and things like this. But how can I be sure that I'm going to make my money back, Aisha? That's like, I'm just fearful of losing the money. I'm fearful.
Okay. So,
Help.
yeah, I understand that. So let's just like go deeper there.
Tell
Based
me.
on what you've seen, why is this the best process to get you to 20K?
Well, the best process because it's simple and it's working fast, sister. So for sure.
Okay. And then why is it the best program in the world?
Best program because we just have to implement, and the best program. You've given me so much free stuff that I've paid 10K, 20K for. So you've given me so much before the program. So the pre-program has been fantastic. Like, I've got more value on the sales call than I have other programs.
Okay. And what about me? Why am I the best person to get you to 20K?
You're giving, you're generous. And when you spoke to me in the DMs, you didn't just pitch me. You actually cared about me, which no one cares. And when you sketch those drawings, it actually brought a tear to my eye. It was like someone actually cares about me. And it just made me feel like I just feel loved and appreciated. So yeah. So
So
you're
then
so
the only question then left is, what about you?
Yeah.
Are you interested or are you committed?
Oh no, you didn't. Don't you see the 15 there? Oh no, you didn't.
All right. So if all of
What's
that,
committed? Look, I'm here. It's 11 p.m. in the UK, like 6 p.m. for you on Eastern time. Look, that should show you I'm committed, sister. Come on.
okay, so what are you then not certain about if all of that
Take
was
back my money. I don't want to lose any more money. I'm just being
understood?
honest here. Like, I can't take another guru. I'm not saying that you are one, but that's just my feeling right now. I don't want to lose any more money.
Understood. So do you believe in your ability to learn the skill and to sell? Do you believe that you can help and serve the
Yes,
women you want to
I
help?
do. I do. Correct.
Okay. Do you believe that if you have your sales assets, that you are going to book those calls? So what I've seen from my students that are able to make that 20K in the first month is that they've taken at least 7 calls. Are you committed to doing that? Yes or
I'll
no?
take 7 calls. And how long? How long's the time period? How long?
1 month.
1 month? That's less than 2 weeks, sister. That's easy. 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 Easy for me, eh? Yeah, easy. Come on.
Okay, so
Yeah.
then you also have that 10K guarantee. So with all of that,
Wow.
look, my intention is not to rush you into making any decision here. My intention is to get you to that 20K as soon as possible. So let's not waste any more time
Let's do it.
thinking about the future and projecting negativity onto the future, right?
Let's
And
do
let's
it.
get you into the program. So when do you want to onboard?
I want to onboard tomorrow,
Okay.
5 p.m. Eastern. Is that good?
Yeah. So how would you like to make payment today?
I made the payment Amex.
All right.
Really, and that is absolutely fantastic. Now I'm gonna get you off it because you've come such a long way. And look, is this useful? Is this even useful for you? Like, sort of kind of going through these. Does it help you? Are you still practicing, or have you become a grandma? Like, how does it work for you? Yeah.
I would say practice is so important because you have to stay sharp. You have to know on top of your head what to say next, when to say it, being very quick to understand what's actually going on, not on the surface level, but on the
Yeah.
deep level. And that's something that only practice and role playing can get you. Yeah.
No, exactly. Practice makes permanent, as they say, right? So in terms of this, people in this climate, like we know, people are worried about investing in the wrong mentor. So what makes me different? Like, why would you recommend someone to say, okay, like, take this opportunity with Jay?
To be honest, before we met, I was like, this guy is gonna try
Yeah,
and
yeah,
sell.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
I would say you are so dedicated to your students, and all the moments that I doubted whether I could do it, you lift me up and you help me actually discover what my expertise actually is. So it's even something I didn't even expect, right? So the way you support, you're always there in Messenger giving feedback, the voice notes, the role play, dedication. So yes.
No, I think that is a great testament to like what you brought to the program. So I thank you for that feedback. And it's almost as though I was just speaking to you just before this, how women are coming up to me saying, oh wow, Aisha is on fire. She just, the way she said it, it's just like water. And so all the work that you're doing, you're having six-figure coaches like sort of kind of looking at you saying, wow, you're doing good stuff. And you're starting to get the attention of seven-figure coach. Okay, what's she doing then? Which is like the sort of power. Why is this the best process for heart-centered and coaches and women? So men can do it as well, but why is it the best process, like the whiteboard method? Like, what is it about it that makes it the best process?
I would say it's really the emphasis on serving and serving with vision and really like increasing the energy level of people and showing people what's possible and also helping them solve problems even before. So it's really like focusing on serving. That's, I think, the part that I love about it.
It's beautiful because I'm not sure. Have you noticed the difference when you just hop onto a call without serving? And then it just feels a little bit more of a struggle to really maybe make, there's more resistance or not. Or I might be wrong here, but there's more resistance, right? Have you found that or not?
Yeah, I think it's like if you come to a call with a list of questions, what are your struggles? What
Yeah.
what do you want? Like just like, it's just so yeah.
Yeah, it's so like scripty and robotic. Penultimate question, two more questions. But what if anyone is thinking about saying, hey, look, I want to take that step. I want to start signing 5K clients, 10K clients. We've got people on our program that are selling 20K offers, making 20K offers, 12K offers. If anyone's on the fence, what would you say to them?
I would say that first you have to realize that sales is a skill that you need to build it. There is no way around it. It's the back end of your business. And Jay is actually one of the best people, I believe, to help you build that skill, especially if you are indeed a heart-based woman, a heart-centered woman that wants to serve. So just go for it. I also didn't think that I would have the money actually to come into your program.
But yeah, you didn't think you had the money, but I'll ask you this question because this is important. What made you get creative? Because so many think I've not got any investment money, like I can't do it. They just maybe go into, but I saw something tenacious about you that made it happen. Like I've always wanted to ask you this. I don't think I've asked you this so explicitly. I love the way you made it happen. How did you make it happen? I've always wanted to ask you this. Yeah. How did you make it happen? Like how did you
For me, it's that very strong inner drive that drives me and the dedication to improving. And on that call with you, you solved problems for me that I was struggling with for weeks already, that I
Okay.
just couldn't solve. And you solved them in like 1 minute. And I was like, what am I doing here? Why am I struggling when this person has the medicine for me?
Yeah, 100%. And I think it's always finding ways in which we can up level, but in a way that's aligned. You and I have been there where we try and do something that's not necessarily aligned, and we kind of know. So we have to catch ourselves doing something that's not quite aligned. How can they get in contact with yourself? And yeah.
So you will find me on Facebook, Aisha Latina,
Okay.
and just send me a friend request and I will connect with you in the DMs.
Fantastic. So people can connect with you. And there's some people out there that they've never sold a 4.5K, 5K, 10K. They've never sold high ticket. They're dreaming of doing an 11K month, that kind of doing that sort of level. Just give them 3 bits of advice that they can take in order to say, hey, let me up level. Just the 3 things. Like say this is your last 5 minutes on earth, God forbid. It's not your last 5 minutes. You'll be living until you're 150, hopefully. But it's your last 5 minutes on earth. What 3 things are you gonna leave the people with in this online coaching space? What's the 3 things?
I will say it again. So the
Yeah.
offer. right? So with your offer, you need to be an expert in something. So it's not enough to choose a niche. Choose a niche within a niche. Choose an expertise that you're going to, really market as your thing to catch people's attentions. People want newness, they want something unique. That's number one. Number two is focus on a simple process to cash. So just content, DMs, offer, content,
Wow.
DMs, content, that's it.
Wow. Wow.
Don't spend your time posting content on multiple platforms, building out the funnels, like going on YouTube, like all of that. It's not needed. No freebies, Facebook groups, just the
Wow.
crucial things, especially if you're a busy mom, which a lot of you are.
Yeah.
So that's number two. And then number three is your closing skills.
Oh,
You
wow.
need to be able to handle the money objection because it always comes.
Yeah.
Always.
And sometimes it's a test, isn't it? Like people are just going to throw it out there. Like they might have the money. It's like, I'm not sure.
Just to see how you are.
Yeah, just to see how sharp you are, right? And if you panic, or if you stutter, or if you say, hey, I'm gonna make it $10 for you. Hey, let's do a payment plan for 50 years, $1 a month for 50 years. You know what I mean? So it's how you deal with that. And I couldn't have ended it better than how you have. Connect with Aisha Latina. She's absolutely amazing. 20K month loading, sister, like 20K month.
Mm-hmm.
Let's make this happen. Like we done hit the 10K mark, the 20K mark, and then from there, all of your back end stuff can come as well. But sister, it's been amazing to work with you side by side, and look, wishing you all the best and keep on pushing. And if anyone wants to use the whiteboard method in order to grow their business, just write whiteboard below. And see you all have a fantastic Friday. And yeah, peace out. Peace.